bipartisan map in the dead of the night and never let a single voter touch it. But they chose not to. They chose the harder route by changing the Constitution and putting it on a ballot and asking the people directly, do you approve of this? But you're on here screeching about a representative republic while defending the one state that didn't even bother to ask its citizens anything. So let me get this straight. Your big brain take is that Texas, where politicians alone just rewired the maps, is totally fine. But Virginia, where voters literally had to say yes, is the real problem? I mean, would you actually prefer that Virginia voters had zero control and the legislature just hacked the maps however they wanted? Because that's the only way that your argument holds together for more than 5 seconds. And since you love playing civics, let's play by your rules, okay? In North Carolina, people voted for a Democrat governor in 2016 and 2024 with a clear set of powers, or at least they thought. And Republicans waited until after the election and went to work. They ripped control of the state board of elections out of the governor's hands, and they rewired it so he couldn't have a majority and kept Republican leverage over how elections are run. They slapped Senate confirmation on his cabinet, and they chopped down the number of appointments he could make. They stripped his power over the UNC trustees, and they kept clawing back authority over schools and key agencies. And then they kept coming back with more bills until the governor's office went from a real executive to one that's the weakest in the country. So if your whole thing is you voted for the reps, they decide, why isn't that a problem for you? Because the voters thought they were electing a governor with a defined job description and real power, and Republicans changed the job after the hire. So if you're just voting for representatives, what exactly are you voting for if they can rewrite the powers after the fact whenever they lose? So answer this, preppy political junkie. If Texas politicians overruling voters is good, and North Carolina legislatures kneecapping a governor voters elected is fine, but Virginia voters approving their own rules is somehow outrageous, what exactly are you defending here? Democracy? Or your team's ability to cheat? Go ahead. Explain that on camera, preppy. I beg you. Make a video back, drag me, embarrass me as your profile says, please. Because the only way you respond to this without completely collapsing your own logic is by admitting you don't actually care about civics. You just care about your side winning, no matter how rigged.
Oh my God, no one told me that this was my birthday today. I was very annoyed that another liberal bitch was bothering me and taking up my time, but this is so stupid. I just could not wait to do it. But I mean, but okay, I'm going to jump right in. Yes, when you are a governor and you're and the party that controls the state legislature or the Senate or the House is against your majority, your power is going to be weakened. Did you not know that, genius? And the party, the one with the biggest state legislature that has the most Republicans or Democrats, they are going to pass bills that suit them. Wow, did you not know that? You sure as hell seem to know that. And of course the people of North Carolina knew that. They aren't stupid like, oh God, I hope I don't get, I said the word, I've gotten a community standard violation for saying that word, whatever, I'm not going to start over. Okay, but they're not unintelligent like you. Most of them aren't anyway. Okay, so yes, I don't know why they voted for a Republican state legislature and a Democrat governor. I just don't know why. Some states just do that. like Vermont and Massachusetts. Massachusetts used to do that. I mean, we now have well, I don't live there anymore, but when I lived there, we elected a horrible Democrat governor. Okay, don't want to get off track. So let's talk about, and yes, the state legislatures of North Carolina, they redistrict to suit their fancies because they are a Republican. And where was your outrage when Illinois, I think they have 13, 14 congressional seats, they redrew the maps. When a Democrat state legislature was elected, it was like 10 Democrat seats and 3 Republican seats. So it's perfectly fine if blue states do it. And then Massachusetts, 9 congressional seats, Democrat leading, 0 Republicans. And okay, I gotta say one thing about the North Carolina state legislature and why they intervene in schools. Okay, here is why. Because the Democrat governor wanted to do what Democrats are doing at the time and have 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds read books like Genderqueer. And so the Republican state legislature said, no way. And they also said parents should have a choice on have a say in what their kid is learning in school. And that stupid governor declared a state of emergency. Okay, now let's talk about Texas and why it is very different from Virginia. So Texas has 138 congressional seats. And I think Virginia has 13, 14. Did you know that there's a difference between the numbers? I mean, from the way you seem, you probably didn't know that. Okay. And Greg Abbott, again, we had a Republican state legislature. They drew seats how Republicans do it, how Republicans want. But so the Republicans got 5 new congressional seats, and Democrats sounded the alarm and bitched on all the news agencies. When Republicans didn't do a damn thing when Illinois and Massachusetts started this in 2020 or 2021, I was actually mad at Republicans in my video. You probably didn't watch all of it. That's who I was quote unquote screeching over. But anyway, where was I? But Virginia, they had to let the voters pass it. And by the way, Abigail Spam, they did not change the Constitution. That is why this isn't going to survive. It was unconstitutional. And here is why they didn't do anything noble. So when on the ballot measure, they didn't have, would you like all of the congressional lines to be drawn in in Democrat counties? And 1 or 0 Republican representation. They didn't ask the question like that. They asked, do you want to have fairness in elections? And of course, most people who aren't political junkies, who aren't into politics, are going to be like, of course I want fairness in elections, and are going to vote yes. So they did it. So yeah, they didn't, they weren't clear. They didn't know what they were voting for. That's why a judge struck this down, and that's why this is different. And there is no way you are acting as if, and all you dumb Democrats are acting as if, go away notifications, acting as if Texas getting 5 new seats from a Republican state legislature and Virginia lying about the question on a ballot and having no Republican representation, none, 1 at best. Yeah, I think it was 1, but pretty much none. That is not the same thing, okay? I don't know if you understand that or not. All right. Now, you would have something if they like worded it how they were supposed to. This is how many congressional seats the Democrats will have, and this is how many the Republicans are going to have. But they lied to the voters. Okay? So that's why what Virginia did was not okay, and what Texas did was perfectly normal and okay. I think it's time for Republicans to sue Illinois and Massachusetts. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to make sure I didn't forget anything. But anyway, I really, really want to thank you for your video. You are hilarious. And you say, I like to play civics, logic, and liberty. No, the only one playing civics and who doesn't know civics is you, okay? again, watch news besides MSNBC. But again, thank you for the good time tonight. Logic and Liberty. What that name doesn't fit you. All right, later, babe. Bye.